Greetings, Long Island, and welcome to Around the Diamond, your tri-state baseball show. This is the Long Island edition. I am your host, Kevin Devaney Jr., and I took a week off last week. Great job by Lou Brogno filling in, and now here we are for a jam-packed third show. And thank you for everyone for tuning in, whether you're watching online on MSGVarsity.com or MSG Varsity Channel 614. We dive right in here, and I did a lot of research for this show in the preseason. I read a lot of Newsday, a lot of MSG Varsity, and I never really heard too much about Plainview JFK. And this happens every year in baseball, but here they are, Plainview JFK, the only undefeated team in Nassau. They're 12-0 after beating East Meadow 4-2 on April 22nd. The team was 6-13 last year. 10 seniors on the roster, and they say that those guys are the ones carrying the weight. Only undefeated team in Nassau. Again, 4-2 win after trailing 2-1. Plainview JFK surging up the MSG Varsity Long Island rankings, as well as the tri-state poll. We're going to talk about that later in the show, but Plainview has some tough matchups coming up. It's going to be very interesting to watch how this team, this veteran group, adapts with the kind of the new surroundings of being at the top of the standings, rather than being at the middle or the bottom. But Plainview definitely a team to keep an eye on in Long Island. MacArthur, we talk about tri-state rankings, and I always stress about not getting too crazy over one loss. MacArthur was 8-0. They lost to Baldwin 8-2. And then you saw Adam Heidenfelder pick the team up. And we've talked about him, I think, pretty much every show so far. But he is that good. He was the stopper on Monday. 18 strikeouts. I know it's not the 21 strikeouts that Nick DeLeo had for Carl Place in his perfect game, but 18 strikeouts. He was 1 out away from a no-hitter in Monday's win over Valley Central North. And a 2-1 win after striking out 18 batters, walked 2, a 1-hitter, had a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 7th inning. The 18 strikeouts ties a school record, and here is what the young man has done so far in his 4 starts. 6 innings, 14 strikeouts. 4 innings, 8 strikeouts. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. 7 innings, 18 Ks. Gives you a 4-0 record, has not allowed an earned run. 28 strikeouts on the year. Adam Heidenfelder has completely dominated. You know, there's a lot of pitchers out there whose numbers are good, and a little bit is built off of hype. He is good. He is worth watching pitch for MacArthur this season. He had them as our number 2 team in our tri-state poll last week, even with a loss. It is so hard to drop them in any poll based off of that. When he's on the mound, they might be the best team in the entire tri-state. He is just that good. We move on now to West Babylon and their game. They took on East Islip on Friday, and they come away with a 6-0 win. Tim Krantz did it on both sides. 3 for 3 at the plate, on the mound, struck out 12 batters, walked 1 in a 1-hit shutout. Took 2 of 3 from East Islip this week to West Babylon, opening up a 3-game series on Tuesday against Copiague. They also have an interesting matchup, a 3-game series with Half Hollow Hills West, who was in our tri-state poll last week. Half Hollow Hills West lost one of the games this week, but Tim Krantz was extremely good in this one, as we said. 3 for 3, struck out 12 in a 1-hitter. We spoke to him afterwards.
You know, we knew this was a big game. You know, we took the one on Wednesday with a walk-off, and the first 2 games were a battle, and we knew this was going to be a big win, a big series for later on in the year and getting into the playoffs. We were a young team last year. You know, we had a lot of sophomores, and coming into this year, one thing Coach expressed was working hard, and we worked really hard in the off season, and now it's paying off in the field. You know, we're playing well in the division, the league play right now, and we're excited to the games looking forward.
It's all about league play, and you know, we say the same thing about all levels and really on the island. And you knew the way Clark started, 7-0. 4 one-run game victories. Then they lost 5 in a row, and you knew you couldn't really write them off just yet because they got back on track. And we were out at their game on Monday, and Clark taking on Seaford. After all those one-run losses, they explode here. 13 runs in a 13-1 win over Seaford on Monday. Again, they started the season 7-0. They lost 5 straight. They only scored 10 runs in that 5-game losing streak. The first of the back-to-back on Monday. Jesse Russo, 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Austin Saris, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Mike Grismondi hit a home run. You see that one right there. Ryan Winans, the win on the mound for Clark. Clark goes back, and they actually beat Seaford only 2-1 on Tuesday. Peter Falgiano, the go-ahead RBI in the 6th for the win for Clark. They are 9-5 overall. We spoke to Jesse Russo after Monday's win and how much it meant to snap that losing streak.
we've had a rough time, but you know, you can't be down coming into a game like this. You got to play it just like every other game, and understand that we have confidence in ourselves, and that we're going to get the job done if we play our game. I think this will really swing the momentum in the right direction. I think this is really all we needed to remember how good we are and get going in the right direction.
We know how good Clark is, and there's always been a question on Long Island when it comes to the public schools and the private schools is how good really are the Catholic schools? How do they match up? How does St. Dominic's match up? They're undefeated. Well, we're seeing them really storm through the Catholic ranks. They had a doubleheader last Thursday against St. Mary's and swept it. Won the first game 9-0. Brady Renner pitched a one-hitter with 12 strikeouts in the 9-0 win. Kevin Lane, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. And then in game 2, St. Dominic's rallies back, wins 5-4, beating St. Mary's. Brendan Harkin, a walk-off RBI in the 7th with 2 outs, a 5-4 victory. St. Dominic's, another team climbing their way up the ranks in the Long Island poll and as well as our tri-state poll. We'll see where they are in just a moment. And St. Dominic's has been a story early on, and so is Carl Place, and especially Mike Dillio, in the way that he started his varsity career, the junior, through a perfect game in his first start, 21 strikeouts, made some national news with that one. Followed it up with another near no-hitter, got pitched a one-hitter in that win, and then he matched up with Steven Spiegel from Oyster Bay last Friday, and Spiegel got the best of him. Well, really, Oyster Bay got the best of him, and Dillio pitched, as we said, the perfect game, 21 strikeouts. Spiegel, that win on Thursday. Andy Galgano squeezed bunt in the top of the 7th, snapping a 3-3 tie. Spiegel then came out and struck out the side in the 7th inning. He allowed 6 hits, 10 strikeouts in the win as Oyster Bay knocked off Carl Place 4-3. And now we give you the Tri-State poll. First, I want to start off by thanking everybody because the Tri-State poll for baseball has been a huge success on MSGVarsity.com. We've gotten a lot of feedback. We've gotten a lot of positive, negative feedback. Where's my team? But that's good. Every feedback is good feedback here at MSGVarsity.com. So we're going to reveal our Week 3 poll. We've had major changes from Week 1 to Week 2. Not as many for Week 3. We're going to start at the bottom of the poll with our number 20 team, and that's where the changes begin to not change because our number 20 team is Arlington. They stay in the number 20 spot. Lost a game, won a couple, so they stay there at number 20 from New York with a 6-3 record. The number 19 team is New Canaan. As we said, Dan Rakowski back from Tommy John surgery. Going to give this New Canaan squad, defending state champions, a nice boost moving forward. The number 18 team back in Hudson Valley is Beacon. They lost to Panis on Monday. They rebounded with a big win over Yorktown on Tuesday. Patrick Shetter, 2 home runs. Tony Romanelli, 5 RBI in that win for the Beacon Bulldogs. Number 17 from New York City, Telecommunications haven't played in the last week or so with the break. They actually move up a spot because of it. 7-0 overall from New York City. And our number 16 team entering the poll, leapfrogging the teams, the 4 teams below them, is Hunterdon Central. They've won 9 straight games out in New Jersey. Our number 15 team, another team entering the poll this week, is Old Bridge, 8-1 record. Brandon Abdul, 4-0, the senior left-hander, pitching extremely well. Number 14 team, the first team to really make a big drop here, 10 spots, is Half Hollow Hills West. They drop after losing for the first time this season on Saturday to Hop Hog. Our number 13 team, also from Long Island, is Ward Melville with a 9-1 record. Joe Flynn, 7 shutout innings in a win over Pat Med. They have a matchup with Sachem East on Thursday. The number 12 team out in New Jersey, moving up 2 spots, is Pope John. Big game on Saturday night against Christian Brothers Academy on Saturday night as part of the Autism Awareness Classic. And then our number 11 team is Bergen Catholic, moving up 1 spot. They're hot. Alec DeMathias hitting extremely well. They've won 6 straight games. DeMathias with a big win, broke a tie to beat Old Tapan, a team that actually is going to be coming out of our tri-state poll from New Jersey. So Alec DeMathias, as we said, hitting the ball as well as any player in Northern Jersey right now. Now we move on to our top 10 teams, and we stress all the time about how baseball is baseball, and you lose a game and it's not the end of the world. Poly Prep drops 5 spots after losing to Tottenville over the weekend, but Poly Prep, they face a rigorous schedule. They're going to stay in our top 10 for this week. Number 9, maybe the surprise team, not just on Long Island, but in the entire tri-state, is Plainview. 10-0 on the year. Plainview JFK, that is. They're just the I don't want to say they're the team to beat in Nassau right now. They are the only undefeated team, but they are playing like a team on a mission right now with their 10 seniors. The number 8 team, St. Peter's Prep, 11-2-1 overall. Speed at the top of the lineup, getting it done. Kyle Bowes, Corey Cattle, the table setters, and doing so well defensively as well. On number 7 team, Fairfield Prep, they move up a couple spots. 8-inning win over Xavier. Jack Berry leading a very deep and balanced lineup for the Jesuits. He has 6 RBI in the 7 games. Our number 6 team is Milburn with an 8-3 record. They move up 2 spots. Notre Dame-bound pitcher Evie Rubel, a 2-hit shutout, 8 strikeouts in a win over Livingston this past week. Our top 5, and you see the team from the Hudson Valley that's leading the way, is Ketchum, 7-0. They have 2 matchups against the two-time defending Section 1 Class A champion, Arlington, on Thursday and Saturday. Let's see if Ketchum can stay into the top 5 with those 2 matchups. On number 4 team, St. Dominic's, coming off the doubleheader sweep of St. Mary's. They have Chaminade up next. They're 11-0. They move up 2 spots. Number 3 team, our 1, 2, and 3 don't change this week. Wall, 15-inning win it took to win a game this week, and they lost actually to Freehold Township on Saturday. Tyler Swiggett is 4-0 on the mound so far for Wall. The number 2 team is MacArthur, and we talk about Adam Heidenfelder when he's on the mound. They might be the best team in the Tri-State. 18 strikeouts, and they win over Valley Stream Central. And staying in our number 1 spot, Seton Hall Prep, 10-1 on the year. 3rd week in a row, the twins, Lucas and Mike DeRenzi, big in wins over Randolph and Montclair Kimberly this past week. So Seton Hall Prep stays at number 1. We want to hear from you. MSGVarsity.com. You can also hit me up on Twitter at MSGVarsity KDJ. Also, maybe hit up our experts. You can hit up Greg Lerner, Elio Velez, Greg Sarah from Newsday. We want to hear what you have to say about our Tri-State poll, or really anything we do here on MSGVarsity.com. So thanks for watching the show. Thanks for checking out the poll, and we'll see you next week on Around the Diamonds.